Welcome to Kansas Ag Report with your host, Brian Hallman.
Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Brian Holman, and here's our lineup for today's show. In Ag News, we'll take a look at local and national headlines affecting Kansas farmers. In our Ag Feature, we sit down with Daniel Hetty from Kansas Wheat to talk about the Engage Cuba initiative, as well as one of the Cuban millers that came to Kansas to tour the IGP facility. And inside Kansas Ag, Kansas Soybean tells us about the upcoming Kansas Commodity Commission elections, and Farm Bureau talks to us about the My American Farm website. And in news you need to know, we get our weekly update from the Kansas Livestock Association. We'll look back at last week's market activity with the guys from Paragon, and we'll let you know about important events coming up around the state of Kansas. Glad you could join us.
Closed captioning brought to you by
The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. KansasSoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Kansas Wheat Commission. Leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com. Kansas Livestock Association, supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org.
Here's our national headlines for this week in Ag News. It's unlikely USDA will be able to even propose rules to implement recently enacted GMO legislation before President Obama leaves office, and the main culprit is a lack of funding, said Secretary of Ag Tom Vilsack. The biggest roadblock, the Secretary said, is that Congress forgot to provide the money for the study and USDA staff time. We don't want to do this one on the cheap. Two Senate Ag Committee members introduced legislation to make USDA conservation program reporting easier for smaller farmers. The two lawmakers says the bill, Improving Access to Farm Conservation Act, is needed because federal conservation reporting requirements are written for large producers and overly burdensome for smaller farms and ranches. Adding insult to injury, they said most conservation program reporting is done electronically, and smaller farmers in areas of limited broadband access are at a disadvantage. An ag economist says that as harvest begins, one of the biggest questions is what to do with this year's projected record corn and soybean crops. Purdue Extension's Chris Hurt says this is the third bumper crop in a row, and that puts an added squeeze on grain storage. Hurt says farmers will have to take a hard look at the most profitable option before making any decision on storing or selling this fall. He says if you're short of storage, the markets are suggesting corn storage would give a stronger return above interest than what soybeans would. In a local news, the Beef Cattle Institute at Kansas State University is making it easier for producers and veterinarians to manage pregnancy diagnosis information with a new mobile app called Pregnancy Analytics, designed to serve as an instant data collection and analysis tool. The Pregnancy Analytics app is available for download for Apple or Android users. More information can be found at beefcattleinsitute.org. Kansas 2016 corn production is forecasted at a record high 687 million bushels, 18% above last year, according to USDA's NASS. Sorghum for grain production in Kansas is forecasted at 255 million bushels, down 9% from last year. Kansas soybean production is forecasted at a record high of 181 million bushels, up 22% from last year. Area for harvest at 4.1 million acres is 6% above 2015. The National Association of Wheat Growers submitted testimony to the House Committee on Agriculture Leadership in regards to the House Committee on Agriculture hearing on agricultural trade with Cuba. The hearing was held to provide interested parties the opportunity to expand on their opinions regarding opening the Cuban market for American farmers. NAWG also signed on to testimony submitted by the U.S. Agricultural Coalition for Cuba, which NAWG is a member. Up next in our Ag Feature, we sit down with Daniel Hetty from Kansas Wheat to talk about the Engage Cuba initiative, as well as one of the Cuban millers that came to Kansas to tour the IGP facility. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. Please stay tuned.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Livestock Association, supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. Grassandgrain.com. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business, providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
Premier Farm and Home has what you need to make your lawn the best in the neighborhood.
Hi, I'm Ken. We choose Premier Farm and Home for the professional look that we do ourselves.
Feel free to stop in. You can also visit our website at heycow.com.
Kansas Wheat Farmers and the Kansas Association of Wheat Growers, Kansas Wheat Commission have been extremely interested in launching the Engage Cuba group, because it seems as if though now is the right time and right opportunity to start pushing for more trade with Cuba and a greater relationship with the Cuban people. This seems to be a time of transition. Things have happened and things have changed quite a bit in the last 24 months, and going forward, Kansas Wheat Farmers are extremely interested in trying to sell our products to the Cuban people. So with the Cuban millers that are our guests here this week, that we've taken them to try to show them what all Kansas agriculture has to offer. We've brought them to grain inspection services both on the federal and state level. We've also brought them out to a Kansas farm to show them a corn harvest, wheat planting, things of that nature, show them what all production agriculture in Kansas looks like. We've also taken them and put them through programs this morning that were about wheat quality, wheat milling, the different classes of wheat, what all wheat is used for in the United States, how we can ship it, things of that nature. They're also going to be learning about American flour milling, and as well as taking them to a terminal elevator to show them the shipping and storage of wheat and agricultural products in the United States. Currently, Kansas wheat farmers aren't allowed to sell products to the Cuban people because of the United States embargo on Cuba. Cuba is a willing market, or is a natural market for Kansas farmers and Kansas ag products. The Cuban people want to buy agricultural products from the United States. On average, Cuba imports about $2 billion worth of agricultural products, and on top of that, they're getting it from Canada and the European Union. So it's a natural market where the United States could be sending our products 90 miles off the coast of Florida. We have a willing buyer, we have willing sellers, and all we need is the government to allow us to sell our products to the Cuban people, especially in a time of low commodity prices and a time in which exports have been down. This is a unique opportunity to do some things that actually help Kansas farmers sell more wheat. This week is about trying to accomplish a relationship and foster relationships with Cuban flour millers, Cuban wheat purchasers, and Cuban groups that are interested in buying Kansas wheat products and trying to expand our markets abroad.
This segment brought to you by Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farmers and ranchers since 1919. KFB.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. Grassandgrain.com. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
My name is Amiris Herrera Garcia, and I work for a mill that is a mix, a joint venture of Cuba, Mexico, and we produce wheat flour, semolina, and bran. We are very pleased with the way we have been welcomed, the warmth, and we have been greeted by everybody. We have been treated as friends. This has been a great exchange, wonderful exchange, because we work with wheat, but we don't produce wheat. So we had the opportunity to go to a farm. I went on a combine. I had never done that before. So I think that I would have had that opportunity in my country. So I think it was great for me to see the different type of work you do here. Different styles you use to harvest, and then also getting to know a country, you know, on a personal level. I feel that this has been an enlightening experience. So we are very thankful because we feel at home. We feel like if we were in Cuba. You're very friendly, all of you, and so wonderful people.
What has surprised you the most about what you've learned?
Especially to see how you harvest wheat. Because sometimes you work with the raw material and you see the literature, but it's not the same when you see it and you talk to the farmer, because the farmer is the one that actually give us the raw material for us to work, you know, on a mill.
Are you interested in
¿Usted está interesada en comprar trigo de Kansas? Of course. For us would be the smarter financial decision to make, because we're 90 miles away from the United States. It's hard for us to buy wheat because we buy it in Europe. So it becomes really expensive. So if the relations were open, you know, our main provider would be the United States. Not only because of high quality, it's also because of cost. You know, financial aspect is totally linked with quality for us.
¿Hay algo que haya aprendido del servicio de inspección de granos que usted pueda compartir allá e implementar quizás en su toma de decisiones de compras en relación a la clasificación de trigo?
As a matter of fact, that technology was the most important thing for us. We have the same grading you do it on a machine, and we do it manually over there. So remember that I'm a mill, you know, I'm the last link of the chain. So I don't order, or so I cannot make that decision. But there's Alimport is a company that is the one that's in charge of importing everything. So I'm a customer, so I request what I need or what I want. But when we try to select that, they have some specialists. They are the ones that do the purchasing, and they are the ones who go and buy, and they decide if they're going to buy or not. I give them the specs, but they are the ones who actually compare all the products, and they make the decision, the final decision, that is.
Have you enjoyed your time in Kansas?
Oh yes, of course, it's beautiful. This relationship between nature and I love it. I love it. So I live in Havana. I live at a port site. So it has been a change. It has been a totally different experience for me.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Premier Farm and Home has what you need to make your lawn the best in the neighborhood.
Hi, I'm Ken. We choose Premier Farm and Home for the professional look that we do ourselves.
Feel free to stop in. You can also visit our website at heycow.com.
Farmers in central Kansas planning to campaign for a seat on one of the state's 5 commodity commissions, including the Kansas Soybean Commission, should be gathering petition signatures to meet the November 30 filing deadline. The 2017 election will cover District 4 in north central Kansas, 5 in the center of the state, and 6 in the south central part. To be included on a commission ballot, a candidate must have grown that commodity within the last 3 years and gather 20 signatures from eligible voters, with no more than 5 from one county. Eligible voters are Kansas residents who are 18 before the election, have grown the commodity within the last 3 years, and are registered to vote for that commission with the Kansas Department of Agriculture. Candidate registration packets are available from the department and the commodity commissions. Get more information from KDA at 785-564-6700 or agriculture.ks.gov on the web. Soybean candidates also can call 877-KS-SOYBEAN or visit kansassoybeans.org/commissioners. The Kansas Soybean Commission, established in 1977 and headquartered in Topeka, includes 9 volunteer farmer commissioners elected by their peers. They oversee investments of the legislated soybean checkoff assessment and projects to improve the profit opportunities for all Kansas soybean farmers.
At Farm Bureau, we understand the vast majority of Americans are several generations removed from the direct experience of farming. Today, I'd like to introduce you to My American Farm. The My American Farm website was designed to help bridge that gap. This educational game platform engages pre-K through 5th grade learners in the discovery of relevant agricultural issues. The totally free site offers agriculturally themed games and more than 100 free educator resources such as ag lesson plans, activity sheets, and comics. My American Farm is a wonderful place for young learners to explore and discover more about food, fiber, and energy. The interactive games are divided by grade level and subject matter and include titles such as Ag Across America, Amazing Grains, Equipment Engineer, Fact or Fairy Tale, Farmer's Market Challenge, Grocery Grab, Harvest This, Keys to Stewardship, Load the Lunchbox, and My Little Ag Me. There are also great ideas for the classroom, fairs, and events, or some good old family fun. My American Farm is a special project of the Farm Bureau Foundation. The site and resources are made possible through the generous support of the title sponsor, DuPont Pioneer. To take advantage of the free My American Farm ag lesson plans, resources, games, and activities, visit www.myamericanfarm.com.
This segment brought to you by Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farmers and ranchers since 1919. KFB.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. Grassandgrain.com. Kansas Weed Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for weeds. Online at kswheat.com.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand. And I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
The third installment of the 2016 KLA Young Stockman's Academy was held September 20th through the 22nd, with a group touring various segments of the beef and dairy industries in central and western Kansas. Merck Animal Health is the exclusive sponsor of the YSA program. C&W Ranch near Smolin was the first tour stop. Owner Joel Weimer talked about his Red Angus-based cow herd and how he has diversified the operation to include fee hunting and agritourism. Stops also were made at Bertrand Cattle Company near Wallace and Weedle Red Angus of Leota. Brent Bertrand said his family operation has expanded to include cow-calf, stalker, and backgrounding ventures. In addition to their own cattle, the Bertrands custom background calves and feeder cattle. Frank Weedle explained the GrowSafe feed intake system he uses to develop Red Angus bulls sold in his production sale. GrowSafe utilizes a radio frequency identification ear tag and bunk scanner to measure intake, feeding frequency and duration, feeding times, etc. During a tour at McCarty Family Farms Dairy near Scott City, manager Brock Peters told the YSA class the operation, which consists of 4 farms, produces 76,500 gallons of milk per day. Fairley Feed Yard manager Perry Nowak highlighted various aspects of the feed yard at Scott City, including how they use risk management practices to market cattle. The group also toured the Tyson beef packing plant in Holcomb.
Good morning. I'm Derek Ermish with Paragon Ag. Fall harvest is upon us, if you're able to get out in the field, that is. Unusually wet late summer, early fall weather is hampering harvest progress in a lot of areas. This wet weather has helped fill out a soybean crop that looks ripe to produce an abundant yield, if it can all get harvested. That if is always the question mark. If the soybean harvest moves forward unimpeded, it's not only possible, but probable prices can still move lower. So how will you know when the harvest low is in? Well, that's easy. It'll be the day you sell. Now we're joking, but plenty of folks have that fear, and it can lead to holding on to bushels in the elevator way too long, racking up storage costs, watching your overall cash position shrink only to sell it a few months later on a 10-cent rally to avoid selling it on the lows. If that sounds like something you can see yourself doing, you should probably look into a re-ownership strategy using the board. Re-ownership strategies don't always have to pan out in the form of huge profits in your hedging account to be beneficial. If they keep you from racking up storage costs in a downtrending market, there is more than one way to go about re-ownership, and you'll want to know the risk and advantages of one versus the other before you do something. If you care to discuss it, feel free to give us a call at 888-452-8751. I'm Derek Hermish. Have a good day.
Closed captioning brought to you by
The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. KansasSoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Kansas Wheat Commission. Leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com. Kansas Livestock Association. Supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us each week for more news and information about agriculture in the state of Kansas. I'm Brian Holman, and thanks for watching.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
Premier Farm and Home has what you need to make your lawn the best in the neighborhood.
Hi, I'm Ken. We choose Premier Farm and Home for the professional look that we do ourselves.
Feel free to stop in. You can also visit our website at heycow.com.